Hello and welcome to my channel Happy Learning to You, your ultimate guide to easy learning. Let's continue with the topic on plant kingdom, and the topic for today is gymnosperms, the fourth category of plant kingdom, and I've divided it into two parts. In part 1, I will explain about the characteristics, and the next part I will deal with reproduction. So let's get started. Now, gymnosperm. The word gymno here means naked and sperma means seeds. So basically gymnosperms have naked seeds. So these are the plants in which the ovules are not enclosed by any ovary wall and it remains exposed both before and after fertilization. The seeds which develop post fertilization are also not covered, that is, they are exposed or naked. These are basically non-flowering seed plants. Gymnosperms don't bear any flowers. Let's come to characteristics. Gymnosperms include medium-sized trees or tall trees, example being the giant redwood tree, sequoia, which is the tallest tree, and also includes shrubs. Now, the roots here are generally taproots. In some genera, the roots have fungal associations in the form of mycorrhiza, example is spinous, and in some others, small specialized roots called Coronoid roots are associated with nitrogen-fixing cyanobacteria. I'll explain on these two characteristics in my upcoming slide. Example of this is ficus. Next, coming to stems. The stems may be unbranched as in ficus or branched as in pinus and cedrus. Next is leaves. They may be simple or compound. And the leaves here in case of gymnosperms are well adapted to withstand extremes of temperature, humidity and wind. In conifers, the leaves are needle-like, which help reduce the surface area, and their thick cuticle and sunken stomata help reduce loss of water through the leaves. Now, what do you mean by the word taproot? Taproot is basically a large central dominant root from which other roots laterally grow. Next. So, let's see what you mean by fungal associations in the form of mycorrhiza. This means symbiotic associations between a fungus and the plant. In this case, these are the gymnosperm plant and the fungus. Now, what do you mean by symbiotic associations? These are mutual associations between two different organisms which benefit each other in some way or the other. So, in this case, the fungus and the plant, they benefit each other so that both can survive in association. So what the fungus does is, it takes the water and nutrients from soil and supplies it to the plant, whereas the plant in turn captures the energy from sun by means of its chlorophyll and provides it to the fungus. So in this way, both of them benefit each other. Now next I had said that the roots in some other species, small specialized roots called Coronoid roots are associated with nitrogen-fixing cyanobacteria. These Coronoid roots contain this cyanobacteria, wherein these roots provide a stable living environment to the cyanobacteria, and the cyanobacteria in turn fixes nitrogen, which is required by the plant for its growth. Now, gymnosperms are heterosporous, wherein they bear haploid microspores and megaspores. Now, these microspores and megaspores are produced within the sporangia, which in turn are borne on the sporophylls. These sporophylls are then arranged spirally along an axis to form a lax or compact strobili or cones. Now, What is a sporangia? These are basically the receptacles within which these megaspores and microspores are formed, and sporophylls are the leaves that bear sporangia. Now, we know that the sporophylls are arranged to form strobili. Now, the strobili that bears the microsporophylls and the microsporangia are known as microsporangiate, and that becomes the male strobili. Whereas the strobili that bears the megasporophylls and the megasporangia are known as megasporangiate, which constitutes the female strobili. So this is all I had under the characteristics of gymnosperms. In my next video, I will explain about the reproductory part. Do like if you could learn about characteristics of gymnosperms in an easy way, post in your comments and do subscribe. Thanks for watching.